Welcome to the Report. I appreciate you guys for taking this time to hear me out. Today we have an awesome show lined up for you guys as we predict the 2023 NFL season. The season gets underway tonight with the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Detroit Lions Thursday night football kickoff. So, because we got a lot to go over, division winners, seedings, records, and all that, we're going to get right into the show. Because last year, of course, we had the Kansas City Chiefs went on to win the second Super Bowl under Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes as the quarterback. Mahomes became the first quarterback since 1999, actually, to win league MVP and Super Bowl MVP in the same season. That hasn't been done since Kurt Warner, 1999, greatest show on turf. Remember that? So yeah, that was a special accomplishment. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl. They defeated the Philadelphia Eagles, and Jalen Hurts just had a breakout season. He was in that MVP conversation. Made it to the Super Bowl. Came that close to winning the Super Bowl. I was pulling for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. I am a Panthers fan, as you can see. I have my Brian Burns jersey on. Panthers, pay that man. Please pay that man. Pay Brian Burns. Please. I do got my Brian Burns jersey on, and I got my necklace on right here. So, what else happened? Last year, the Panthers came close to making the playoffs. We did not think Tampa would be as bad as they were, finishing just 8-9, winning division, beating the Panthers the week 17? Defeated the Panthers in week 17 to clinch the division. And of course, this year, Aaron Rodgers on the Green Bay Packers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers on the New York Jets. Forgive me. Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet. Just like Brett Favre was a New York Jet after a long stint with the Green Bay Packers. He became a New York Jet. Had a great start, 8-3. Then something happened and they just took a steep decline, finished 9-7, didn't make the playoffs. But Aaron Rodgers, he has a much more loaded team than Brett Favre had back when he was with the Jets. Offense and defense, I believe the Jets are coming in with both the last year's offensive and defensive rookie of the year. They've drafted well, built their team. The Jets are currently on the longest playoff drought of any team in the NFL. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2010 when Mark Sanchez took them to the AFC Championship against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Aaron Rodgers looking to turn that around. We're going to see what we have the New York Jets going this year. Of course, no Tom Brady in the league for the first time since 1999. Brady was drafted in 2000. No Tom Brady this year. He is officially retired. No Tom. So a lot to get into. So we're just gonna get into it. Let's just get into it. So last year, we'll start with division winners. We'll start with our division winners, and we're gonna start things off in the AFC, and then after we go through our division winners, what we're gonna do in the AFC, we're gonna go through the playoff teams. Well, we're gonna do the NFC, then we're gonna go to the playoff teams, and then I'll tell you who my surprise teams, who might surprise you and who might disappoint you. So, starting in the AFC East, we had the New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the New England Patriots, who were a staple in that division for so long. And we know what has happened since Tom has left. They made it to the playoffs once. That didn't fare well for them at all. And I just don't see, with the AFC just in general, I just don't see it with the Patriots. I have them going 6-11. The conference is so tough. You got the Miami Dolphins next. They have a very talented team as well. They did make it to the playoffs last year where they lost to the Buffalo Bills. Could have and should have won that game in my opinion. But yeah, they did have a chance at the end. Maybe things would have been different had Tua been there, but who knows. So that. You got the Dolphins. I see the Dolphins going 9-8. I see them going just 9-8. Not sure if they'll be in the playoffs. We're gonna find out about that. Not sure if they'll be in the playoffs, but I have them going 9-8. I got the Buffalo Bills taking a little decline. I have them going 10-7. So you know who I have winning the division. But the Bills, I think, will drop a little bit. I just think that there comes a time where you have a window of opportunity, and that window eventually starts closing on your chance to win, because the Jets, who I have winning the division, they were a really good team last year, and the only thing they were missing was a quarterback. The New York Jets. The only thing they were missing was a quarterback, and I'm trying to find if I can remember that record. New York Jets last year, they finished 7-10. The Jets finished 7-10. They did have a good start to the season, and they're one of those teams. There was another team too where you're just looking like, man, if only they had a quarterback. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, before Brady got there. If only they had a quarterback, this team could be special, is what we thought about the Bucs. The Jets were 7-4. They were 6-3, 7-4 at one point, trying to make the playoffs, and then they ended up losing the last 6 games to finish 7-10. But the Buccaneers were the same team where you just looked at the talent, the landscape, and you're like, man, if only they had a quarterback and if only Jameis didn't turn the ball over. The Jets have that now, a quarterback that doesn't really turn the ball over. We know what Aaron Rodgers is capable of, and that's why I have the Jets going 11-6 in this division and winning the AFC East for the first time. It'll be the first time, because under Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan, even though they made it to 2 straight AFC championships, they were wild cards both years, which some would argue is more impressive because you had to go on the road to do it all. And that's what they did, and they made it to 2 straight conference championship games by going on the road. But they haven't won a division since 2002. If they win this year, it'll be the first time since 2002 the Jets win the AFC East. Because the Patriots won it in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dolphins won it in 2008. Patriots 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And Bills have won it 20, 21, and 22. So yeah, I got the Jets winning the AFC East. And of course they're going to be in the playoffs. And it's looking like the Bills are going to be in the playoffs as well. But I'm not sure about the Dolphins. But let's keep working our way down. And let's go to the AFC North. The AFC North. Last year, I had Baltimore winning this division, but of course, just like the year before, Lamar ended up getting injured, and the Ravens still made it to the playoffs. They were a wild card. They made it to the playoffs, and they actually played the team that won the division, the Cincinnati Bengals, and ended up losing to them in a very close competitive game. A close competitive game that I think ended when a Bengal player, I want to say, didn't he take back a fumble or something? He took back a fumble to the house, and that sealed the game for him. And that was actually, when I was doing this prediction show last year, that was actually a playoff matchup. I predicted what happened. And the year before that, I had Dallas and San Francisco in the playoffs, and it happened. Well, it happened last year as well. But put in the comments who you think will see each other in the playoffs. Put in the comments on that. But in this year in the AFC North, this is a tough division. Again, the AFC in general is just tough. But I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to finish 4th in the division at 7-10. They will be 7-10. I do like Mike Tomlin. He's never had a losing season. And, he's been with the Steelers since, 2007, and he's never had a losing season. But the AFC is so stacked, and I don't see them really competing like that. So I'm going to take them to win 7 games, and that'll give Tomlin his first losing season as a Steelers coach. Browns, again, tough division. They have talent out there, but I'm not sure if their talent stacks up with what we went over in the East and what we have now in the North. So I'm going to take them to finish 7-10 as well, 3rd in the division, winning the tiebreaker over the Steelers, which doesn't mean anything. Bengals. I was torn back and forth with this, but I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals to go 12-5 because it's still, I would love to have seen them play Lamar Jackson in the playoffs last year. Injuries are part of the game. It sucks, but I still would have liked to have seen what happened. I'm taking them because of course I do these predictions assuming that, injuries are turned off. Like you could do in a video game. You could turn off injuries. So I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals to finish 12-5. I think on paper they have a more talented team, but I don't think they are better than the Baltimore Ravens. And of course, I have the Baltimore Ravens finishing 13-4, winning the division. Listen, you saw what Jalen Hurts did last year when he got some weapons. You saw what he did last year. Odell Beckham had a whole year off. He should be completely healed. Zay Jones just got paid. They still have Mark Andrews, all reliable, who don't have to carry the brunt of all those receptions and getting hit. He can take some breaks now. Lamar doesn't have to hit him all the time. So it's time for Lamar to show it. Like, stay clear of the injuries. I know it happens, but stay clear of the injuries and let's see what Lamar Jackson have. I believe in him. I think he is that guy who's going to lead the Ravens to another Super Bowl. So I'm taking the Ravens to finish 13-4 in this division and winning this division over the Cincinnati Bengals. Going to the AFC South now. AFC South. The South Texans will be 3-13, rookie quarterback. They are a team who I was trying to be high on early on, but I was like, nah, the conference is too stacked. So Texans 3-14, Indianapolis Colts. Conference is so stacked. The Colts are not a bad team on paper. I'm probably doing them such a disservice with this record, but I'm gonna say 4-13. I'm gonna say 4-13. Please be nice to me in the comments. 4-13. Tennessee Titans, they still got Derrick Henry, and I did draft Derrick Henry in my fantasy football draft. I think I took him in the second round. 8-9. I got them going 8-9. And Jacksonville will win this division at 11-6. Listen, this team are contenders. A lot of people think, oh, they're gonna sneak up on you. They're gonna surprise teams. I don't think they're gonna surprise me. They ain't surprising nobody. They got Calvin Ridley back. They got what's my guy name? Of course, they got Christian Kirk, with the other receiver. The other receiver they have who helped me out in fantasy football last year. I believe his name starts with a Z as well. Let's see. Let's try to get to it real quick. Oh, Zay Jones. Zay Jones. Did I just name a Zay for the Baltimore Ravens though? Oh, Zay Flowers is the Ravens guy. Zay Jones is a Jags guy. Okay, I thought so. I was like, wait a minute. I thought that guy played for the Ravens. Zay Flowers plays for the Ravens, but Zay Jones is the third guy out there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that team is stacked. Ridley, like I said, Ridley's back. So Jacksonville ain't surprising me this year. And just wait until you see, their playoff standings or their faith in the playoffs. So yeah, I have Jacksonville winning that division. AFC West. Look, we might as well stop the video now, right? Because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. So we should just turn the video off. This is it. Michael Jackson, this is it. The conference is so stacked. Of course, we're not turning the video off. The conference is so stacked. Listen, man. The Raiders are a team I wanted to look at as a surprise team, but I have them going just 6-11. I think Denver will bounce back and go 9-8. A lot of people sleeping on Russell Wilson. I think in our fantasy football draft, he got picked up in the 11th round. I didn't pick him up. I forgot. I just assumed that he was taken. I didn't even notice he was still out there. But yeah, Denver will be better. I don't know if they'll be in the playoffs, 9-8, but they'll be better. Because I don't think they'll be in the playoffs because, look, we got the Chargers going 10-7. Chargers going 10-7. Justin Herbert just got paid. They got a nice rookie wide receiver as a third option, or maybe we'll get elevated to the to second or first option. Who knows? But you still got Mike Will. You got Keenan Allen. Hopefully he can stay healthy. You got Eckler. A talented team. It just comes down to execution, man. It comes down to execution and putting it together when it matters the most, not losing those close games that just send your fans into heartbreak. We know about the talent. We know you can draft well, but can you execute? There comes a time where you just don't care about just making the playoffs. Execute. And of course, I got the Chiefs winning this division because until someone beats them, I'm not picking against them. I said that last year, and I mean that. I'm not picking against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs will win this division at 12-5. I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning the AFC West and 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. This will be 8 straight years since 2016. They've won this division. Wow. So now that we've picked the AFC division winners, let's now go over to the NFC and pick the division winners. And then we'll get to the seeding for the playoffs. All right. We are back. And now it is time to pick the NFC division winners. And we'll start things off in the NFC East. Last year, the Philadelphia Eagles won this division. And I am going to go, of course, the Commanders will be the 4th place team in this division. They will go 3-14. Some would say I'm selling them a little short, but I just don't see much success there. I got the Giants. Pretty much I have the same order as last year. Giants will go 10-7, finishing 3rd in the division. Cowboys 11-6, finishing 2nd. And the Eagles, I have them repeating in this division. A lot of people think the Eagles lost too much, but I just think they coming into this season a better team and with a chip on their shoulder because they could very easily be Super Bowl champions coming into this season. So I have the Eagles winning this division again for the 2nd time in a row. Philadelphia Eagles will win the NFC East. Pardon me. And in the NFC North, now this is the one right here. In the NFC North, we have no Aaron Rodgers in the Aaron Rodgers. It was formerly known as the Aaron Rodgers Invitational, but he's no longer in the division. So, of course, I got the Packers finishing 5-12, last in the division. I got the Bears finishing 7-10. They did get DJ Moore, Justin Fields. We'll talk about the Bears in a little bit later as well. Justin Fields, same as, we talked about Jalen Hurts, how he got weapons last year, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Now, Lamar Jackson got Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers just got paid. Justin Fields just got DJ Moore. So let's see what he can do. He got a receiver out there. He has a receiver, a skilled receiver that is. So I still have them going 7-10, but again, we'll talk about them a little bit later as well. And I had the Minnesota Vikings finishing 10-7, 2nd in the division because I have the Detroit Lions. A lot of people like the Lions, and so do I. I have the Detroit Lions finishing 11-6, winning the NFC North for the first time in I don't know how long. I know I probably wasn't even born yet, so let's take a look at the last time the Lions won the NFC North. Lions last won the NFC North Division Championships 1993. I was 2 years old. I was 2 the last time the Lions won the division. I'm about to be 32 in December. Detroit is about to make some history. They're going to win this division. They were a fun team to watch last year, a great team to take fantasy football players, and I think, they better not disappoint. They better not disappoint because they're going to fall back into the same old habit. So I got the Lions going 11-6, Vikings 10-7, Bears 7-10, Packers 5-12 as they begin the rebuild process. Lost Devontae Adams 2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers last year, and here we are. So let's now go to my division. Let's go to the NFC South where the Carolina Panthers are. In this division, this was the worst division in football last year. The Panthers was close to winning the division because Tampa, of course, we did not expect them to be as bad as they were, like I said earlier. So this was tough because it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me if any team won this division. No matter what team won the division, it will not surprise me. I can't sit here and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe they won the division. Even the Falcons. So somebody has to win it. Somebody has to win this division. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers finishing 7-10. They will finish last in the division. After what Baker Mayfield displayed last year, I know a lot of people were blaming it on the environment, the coaching, and all that, but PJ Walker and Sam Darnold almost won this division, and Baker lost games he could have won. The Panthers' record, when you look at it, it could have been much better than the 7-10 record they had. The Ravens was a winnable game. The Browns was a winnable game. Arizona was a winnable game. They had opportunities last year to not even be in that position that they were in, but I just don't believe in Baker no more because I put trust in him last year, and he's just not that guy. But he has a chance to prove it. He has some people out there in Tampa. It's a better roster than what the Carolina Panthers have. So show me. You ain't in St. Louis, but show me. I got the Falcons going 8-9. The Falcons will go 8-9, and look, man, I want to like the Panthers. I want to pick them, but I just can't. I just can't because I just don't know. I just don't know. And I guess that also translates to I don't believe. And you're going to have to show me as well. They got the right coach in there. As much as I like Steve Wilkes, they needed an offensive-minded coach. Look, defense for the last, I say 15 years, the Panthers have always been a solid defensive team. No, they've never been the 85 Bears, 2000 Ravens, but they've never been a complete embarrassment on defense like that. Even 2 years ago, they won just 5 games and still finished second overall in defense. So I think Frank Rich is definitely the right guy to have in there. I don't know if Bryce Young was his choice or ownership's choice above his pay grade, but he has a rookie quarterback in Bryce Young, #1 overall pick, who they traded the Bears for. No Christian McCaffrey, but they have Miles Sanders and they have Chuba Hubbard to back him up. And Chuba Hubbard proved to be a solid backup. He helped a lot of fantasy owners out last year. They got Adam Thielen, who I think was listed first on the depth chart. They got, what's my guy name? Of course, they got DJ Chark, but who's my rookie from Ole Miss? I always forget names. Jonathan Minka. They got Hayden Hurst at tight end, a position they desperately need someone to make some noise in because Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble, they're just not good at that position. Kwanu coming back to block his second season. Andy Dalton as their backup. Pay Brian Burns. It's offense. If they can get this offense down, of course they got my guy Shaq Thompson on defense. If they can get this offense down, look, man, the Panthers can win more than the 8 games I'm predicting them to win, but they're unproven. So I have the Saints winning the division at 10-7. Derek Carr, Michael Thomas, those guys, they have a good defense as well. So I got the Saints winning the division at 10-7. New Orleans will take the South. I just hope that I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. NFC West, last division, NFC West. Arizona Cardinals will be the worst team in the league, most likely. They will go 2-15. Nothing to talk about there. They will be tanking this season. Seattle Seahawks, 6-11. I got them going 6-11. I was about to say St. Louis Rams. LA Rams, I got going 9-8. The Rams will have a little small bounce back. They had a major Super Bowl hangover. They didn't make the playoffs last year. So they will go 9-8, a little small bounce back there. And the 49ers will win this division again at 12-5. 49ers will win the division, the NFC West, for the second year in a row. Because the Rams weren't a wild card when they won the Super Bowl. No, they weren't a wild card because Tampa had to go to them. So yeah, those are my picks. Oh wait, what did they? Am I tripping? I don't think it matters, but now I'm just the type of guy that just gotta remember. When the Rams won the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, that's right. They were not the wild card. 49ers were, because they had to go to Dallas. So yeah, not that any of them mattered. 12-5, I got the Niners. 9-8 Rams. 6-11 Seahawks, and 2-15. Now, who cares about the Cardinals? Yeah. So now that we've done that, we will now go to our playoff seedings and then get to our playoff predictions, and then take it all the way to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. All right, we are back. And we are here to go over our playoff seedings. Let's take it to the AFC, where we did our predictions earlier. And of course, we have the Baltimore Ravens as the 1 seed at 13-4. We have the Kansas City Chiefs as the 2 seed at 12-5. Jacksonville Jaguars 11-6. They'll be the 3 seed according to the Reed Report. New York Jets will be the 4 seed at 11-6. I think Jacksonville will win that tiebreaker. I think they play a head-to-head, and I'm taking Jacksonville in that game. Bengals 12-5 as the wild card. I got Buffalo Bills going 10-7 as the 6-seeded wild card, and we have the LA Chargers going 10-7 as the wild card. And in the NFC, we have the Philadelphia Eagles winning the head-to-head over the 49ers. So they will be the 1 seed at 12-5. The Niners will be the 2 seed at 12-5. I got Detroit as my 3 seed at 11-6. 4 seed Saints at 10-7. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope the Panthers win that division. 5 seeded Cowboys at 11-6. 10 seeded Giants at 10-7. And 7 seed Rams at 9-8. Those are my seeds. Teams who I think, before we get into the playoffs, teams that I think, and I'm gonna put 2 on the list this year. So last year I had 3. It was difficult to do 3-3 for disappointment and surprise. I'm just gonna do 1 this year, 1 for each category, because last season I said that in the categories of teams who I think will disappoint, who have expectations but will probably disappoint, I said the Raiders, and they did disappoint. I said the Eagles, and they definitely did not disappoint, made it to the Super Bowl. And Broncos, they definitely disappointed because people had them in the Super Bowl, and I just didn't see it. I just did not see it. And teams who I said could surprise us were the New York Giants, and they did, because they made the playoffs. Because my definition is 9-8 or higher, meaning 9-8, miss the playoffs, you still surprise people, because I didn't have you there. Or making the playoffs, making the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl. That's my definition of a surprise team. So the Giants were my surprise team last year. The Lions were a surprise team. They went 9-8, missed the playoffs. And the last team, who did I have as my surprise team? I think it was the Pittsburgh Steelers. People didn't think they would be very good, and they were. So yeah, I did 3-3 last year, but this year I'm only doing 1 each. And the team who people have expectations for, but could probably disappoint, I don't have them disappointing, but New York Giants, because they still have to prove it. They still have to prove that last year wasn't a fluke, making the playoffs. They won a playoff game. Then they got buried by the Eagles. Now Danny Dimes got his money. Saquon Barkley's back. They added some pieces out there, but they could very well still be a team who you could look at and say, that was a fluke. A team who I think will surprise us, that could surprise us, Chicago Bears. I like the Chicago Bears as a team who you should look out for, that could very well surprise us when it comes to, finishing with a winning record or making the playoffs. So look out for the Bears. Justin Fields got a weapon, and let's see what he can do with it. Let's just pray for him and Bryce Young that them offensive lines can help them out. So now it is time to get into our playoff predictions. And we will start things off in the AFC. So we saw again, let's go to the standings, the seeds: Ravens, Chiefs, Jags, Jets, Bengals, Bills, Chargers. And then the wild card round, the Ravens will have the bye week. So it'll be Chiefs, beating Chargers in the wild card round, 2 seed over 7 seed. I got Jags beating the Jets also, the 3 seed over the 4 seed. And I'm going to take the Bengals to beat the Bills. I just don't. Buffalo can't see Cincinnati, man. They can't see the Bengals. They can't see them. I'm taking the Bengals to win that one. And then we go to the divisional round in the AFC. The Ravens are back from their bye week, and they will get their revenge on the Cincinnati Bengals and defeat them in the divisional round, this time in Baltimore. I'm taking Ravens to advance to the AFC Championship to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm taking Jags to beat the Chiefs in the divisional round and avenge their last year loss in the divisional round. Also, they will avenge a loss. So I'm taking Jacksonville this time to take the Chiefs out. Not completely dethrone them as in, oh, the dynasty or whatever it is over, but I'm taking Trevor Lawrence to outdo Patrick Mahomes. So that takes us to the AFC Championship game. And we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Baltimore Ravens. And of course, I'm taking the Ravens. Let's just say injuries are off. We're not assuming people are going to get hurt. If you give me that, I think the Ravens are the best team. I'm taking the Ravens to win the AFC and make it all the way to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 58 out in Las Vegas. Ravens over Jaguars in the AFC Championship. Back to the NFC. Again, the seeds. Eagles, 1 seed. Niners, Lions, Saints, oh my, Cowboys, Giants, Rams. Those are my playoff teams. In the wild card, Eagles have the bye week. I'm taking the 49ers to defeat the St. Louis Rams in the wild card round, 2 over 7. That's a bad matchup for the Rams, always. It's just always been the case. I'm taking the Rams to get stomped out by the Niners. I got Lions over Giants. I still think the Giants are going to make the playoffs, and I got Detroit beating them in the wild card round. And give me Cowboys over Saints. Last year, the Cowboys played a team from the NFC South and defeated them. They'll do the same thing this year, according to the Reed Report. So I got Cowboys defeating the Saints. So in the divisional round, the Eagles are back from their bye week, and they will play the Dallas Cowboys in one of the most anticipated playoff matchups since I don't know when. It's just marketing. That's just what they say. Anyway, I got Cowboys and Eagles, and I'm going to take the Eagles to defeat the Cowboys in the divisional round, and the Eagles will advance back to the NFC Championship as they try to climb back to the Super Bowl and avenge last year. I'm taking the Eagles to beat the Cowboys and the 49ers against the Lions. So the 49ers need some get back as well. So I'm taking them to beat the Lions and advance to the NFC Championship to meet the Eagles in the rematch. It was a fun ride for Detroit, no doubt. Fun ride. It was fun. They surprised a lot of people, and now we're going to be saying after this matchup, next year, the Lions will be Super Bowl contenders. That's what we'll be saying going into the 2024 season. Detroit Lions, Super Bowl, here we come. Super Bowl 59. So now we got our rematch in the NFC. Eagles versus 49ers. I still think the Eagles would have won had Brock Purdy not gotten hurt. So I'm taking the Eagles to win again. I'm taking Philadelphia to beat the 49ers again in the NFC Championship game. They will advance to the Super Bowl where they play the Baltimore Ravens. Jalen Hurts versus Lamar Jackson. You got Odell Beckham. You got, what's his name? A.J. Brown. This is going to be a fun matchup. If it happens, when it happens. I hope it's the Panthers, but let's just stop. Let's just stop while we're ahead. Eagles versus Ravens in Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. I'm taking the Eagles to avenge last year's loss. Not against the team that beat them. They will be defeating the Ravens this time. It won't be against the Chiefs, but they will win the Super Bowl. And if you want a score, fine, I'll give you a score. 38-34. Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl. Second Super Bowl in franchise history. Book it. Those are my predictions. Let me know your predictions. Appreciate you guys taking this time to hear me out. Enjoy the football game tonight. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and we will see you soon. Sunday is kickoff for the rest of the games. Sunday, we coming for them Falcons. We coming.